Even while Grenfell burned, the inquiry began its work. Now, almost 5.5 years after the fire, the hearing's coming to a close. Among those attending for its final week, Edward Daffarn, who escaped from the 16th floor of the tower.
Despite recommendations coming out of the public inquiry, my real concern is that we're going to go through this whole process with millions and millions of pounds spent, and yet nothing fundamentally will change for people, and that we'll be sitting here in a year's time or in 5 years' time talking about another terrible fire and another terrible loss of life.
72 people died at Grenfell. The inquiry has already revealed it disproportionately killed those with mobility issues. Emma O'Connor is disabled. She's one of the few survivors from the 20th floor. How unfair is it that 5.5 years after Grenfell, there's people in your position are in no better place?
It's incredibly unfair, and it just feels that this whole Grenfell legacy is just another tick-boxing exercise. They don't listen to what we say, so what's the point of saying you want to learn and you don't?
Today, lawyers representing the bereaved and survivors gave their closing arguments to what happened at Grenfell, and they didn't hold back, calling it a criminal act with reckless and predatory behaviour for those responsible for the fire.
What happened was criminal, in the colloquial sense and in the legal sense.
The fire, therefore, was the result of catastrophic failures on a personal, corporate, regulatory and governmental scale.
And another lawyer suggested many bereaved and survivors thought the inquiry had been a waste of time.
What they wanted, first and foremost, what they expected immediately after fire, was arrests, prosecutions and imprisonment of those that were culpable. But instead what they got was 5 years of this inquiry.
And a haunting image from Dubai overnight. This video of a cladding fire was shared on social media. No one died in this fire, but it's a reminder that another Grenfell can happen at any time.
So, Rags, the evidence is ending this week, but when will we actually see the report itself?
Ronke, in short, no one knows exactly. It's supposed to be sometime next year in 2023, so that will be 6 years after the fire at least. And many say that's far too long, especially for an inquiry whose sole purpose was to make homes safe. And the inquiry also hasn't come cheap at all. It's already cost £150 million of public money. And in the next few days, we'll hear closing arguments, first from the cladding manufacturers, then the council, and then finally the government.
So we'll hear from you again later this week.
That's right, yeah.
Thanks, Rags. Thank you.